Hi folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to take a look at a game called Mutation Nation, created by SNK in 1992 for the NEO GEO arcade cabinet. And the arcade cabinet often held multiple games. I remember seeing Mutation Nation first when I used to work at Fred Meyer department store in Tigard, Oregon, and the NEO GEO machine was a 2-slot machine, and it had Mutation Nation and Fatal Fury. And those are the slots inside the machine, and that one can hold 4. Play 4 different games. I have a 4-slot NEO GEO cabinet in my living room. Anyway, this is the boot up screen for typical NEO GEO games at the time. I'm not crazy about Mutation Nation. It's a Final Fight type of beat 'em up. It's not nearly as interesting. You can play 2 players simultaneous, and if you hold down the button and release it after a little while, you can have super attacks. But it's not as fun as Final Fight. In Final Fight, you can pick up special weapons, you can get all sorts of power-ups and stuff, and you can't really get that in Mutation Nation. You can pick up certain spheres, which will give you special attacks when you hold down the button. There's only 2 buttons used in this game. There's a jump and there's an attack. But again, if you hold down the attack button, you can release it and use a special attack. And various spheres will say A, B, C, or D, and those will determine what kind of attack you get to use if you hold down the button. The regular enemies are really quite simple, and there's a couple spheres there. These guys make me think of the San Francisco 49ers because their colors are similar, gold and red, and their skulls look like football helmets. There are various sub-bosses in here. Quite get off that attack that time. He's pretty easy to beat. The levels are kind of long, and since the game isn't really that interesting, they seem to drag on forever, and I'm not crazy about this game. But yeah, the enemies are really quite easy. Jump kicking really isn't that great of an idea. Just kind of go up to them carefully and then just wail on the punch button. Don't get surrounded. That's pretty basic. When they start flashing, oopsie, jump kick doesn't work all that great. When you get surrounded, you can kind of be in trouble. So just make sure you don't get surrounded. And when they start flashing, that means they're about to go down. Just deliver another round of punches to their face, and they'll succumb. It's the bosses that can be kind of tough in this game. Ouch. I didn't really have to fight those guys after all. Some of the guys you don't really have to fight. Just avoid them and they'll run off screen and they won't come back. There were a lot of pretty good NEO GEO games. This, I don't think, was one of them. You know, they even have a lot of the enemies the same, but they're different colors. That guy looked more like the Rams than the Niners. Yeah, I'm not fond of this game. If you plan to like invest in a NEO GEO cabinet of your own, or buy one for your own household, I think it's a great idea. I'm really happy with mine. I have probably about 18 games. this guy can be kind of tough. If you can back off, get yourself a little room, and use your big attacks against the boss, then that's a good idea. But this guy likes to wail on you with his long arms, and I really can't seem to get away. Yeah. You'll lose your spheres, but they'll just land on the ground when you put another credit in and start a new life, so you can go and pick them up, but they will disappear after a while. Some of the games that I own are Fatal Fury Special. I really love that one. Real Bout Fatal Fury Special is great too. He died. Even though he dies, you still have to kill off his dogs. There we go. And the level still isn't over. Jeez. But some more that I really like are Bust a Move, or Puzzle Bobble as it's also called. That's a great game. I'd suggest those, and some of the good shooters are like Aero Fighters 3, Blazing Star, Pulsar. Or no, it is Pulsar. But yeah, don't get this one. This really isn't that good. Like I said, I think the only time I saw this was back when I used to work for Fred Meyer Department Store in Tigard, Oregon, and this was pretty much right when this game came out. I worked as a parcel and then as a janitor for the store for a number of years, and the NEO GEO cabinet that they had there was just a 2-slot, and like I said, they had Mutation Nation and Fatal Fury, and even the original Fatal Fury is kind of fun. But the later incarnations are really quite good, including like the King of Fighters series is really good. Samurai Showdown series is pretty good too. Some of the Art of Fighting games are alright. Metal Slug series, that's great. Someday I plan to get Magician Lord. That one's pretty enjoyable. Gotta back off and well, we take the fight down here, I guess. There we go. Get this. This guy is actually easier than a number of the other bosses. Just keep hitting him with a bunch of special attacks. Whoa, I thought maybe he ran off screen for a second, but nope, he's still sticking around. Out, you dick. You just have to stay away from him. Only come in to attack him when you got the opportunity. And finally, there's the end of a level. Jeez. It just takes forever, and like I said, it's really kind of dull. I'm not crazy about the levels. It's whereas Final Fight has like barrels and crates and stuff that you can break open and get special items or items that give you extra points. This doesn't have that. This doesn't have breakable things. It's just one dull, predictable enemy after another. It's just not very fun. Maybe some people enjoyed this, but really, I don't see how you could think this was anywhere nearly as good as Final Fight, which came out a few years before this game. Actually, I think this was created basically in 1991 in Japan and released to US markets in 1992, or released in U.S. arcades in 1992. But since the screen says 1992 SNK, I'm just gonna label it as made in 1992. The NEO GEO also had a home system called what the heck is it? Not AVS, but AMS, something like that. But that one was incredibly pricey, but the graphics were about as good as what you'd see on the NEO GEO arcade cabinet. And if you had a memory card, you could put it into the home system, and any scores or as far as you got on a game on the home system, AES I believe it's called, you could save on that memory card your progress, and then pick up where you left off on the arcade game, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, I ordered a memory card online, I think from eBay, and I didn't find out that you can't really use it without having the home system until later, and I was like, ah, crap, I don't have the home system. The home system cost way too much money. Its price tag was like $500 or so. That's really darn expensive. Boy, that guy was easy. But someday if I find it at a used game store and it's not too ridiculously expensive, I'd pick up a NEO GEO home system. The thing, if I think about Mutation Nation, the thing that I think of most is the grunting sound of the player charging up for a major attack. It's kind of goofy. But yeah, once again, the fodder guys that you face before getting to an enemy are just way too easy, way too predictable, and way too bland. I just can't get into this game. Some of the voices are just stupid. Blah. One thing I gotta say for pretty much any NEO GEO game is the sound, the music is pretty much always enjoyable. Some good music tracks. Jump kicking on this game is generally not a good idea, which is strange because that seems to serve you pretty well on beat 'em up games. Oh, those things flying around. Got a discotheque badass woman here with multiple arms. See, all the boss guys are like mutated somehow. Yep. Now I got on the scoring list here. Try one or two more times, even though I really don't like this game that much. Yeah, I don't think NEO GEO made very many great. Oh, finally cleared another level. They're just so long. Yeah, I really don't know that the Neo Geo made very many good Final Fight type of games. I mean, they made great Street Fighter clones. The Fatal Fury series, King of Fighters, Art of Fighting. I even kind of liked, what was that one game? I can't remember the name of it. I thought Aggressors of Dark Combat was even okay. Yeah, this was not a good one. And this was not the worst Neo Geo game, but I'd say this is pretty low on the list of games. I believe the Neo Geo had like 300 something games made for the arcade cabinet. I think just about every game that was for the Neo Geo had a home port. It was a cartridge format or whatever. And Neo Geo also got a CD system, the Neo CD, whatever they called it. And that I have not played. I would imagine maybe the soundtracks are even better than the ones on the platform for the Neo Geo, regular Neo Geo system. Yeah, very seldom does a jump kick work. It might work better on guys that are like fast, or like speeding towards you. No, I didn't do it yet. Yeah, there we go. These guys are just as easy as any others in the game. Those Claude guys are a little tougher. And I think I kind of gave up maybe right around here, getting surrounded. Sometimes you can get surrounded and you can like punch one guy a few times, turn around real quick, punch the next guy a few times, then turn around and go back to the other guy and finish him off. They'll be stunned enough so that you can do that. This gets to be kind of a pain in the butt. These bee things or whatever these are will stop and then eventually, and then they'll come flying at you. I'm just about dead. Well, at any rate, that's Mutation Nation by SNK in 1992, and I did not think it was that great a game. If you want to try it, I'll let you decide, but I was not crazy about it. Like I said, I would recommend some other great games if you were going to invest in a Neo Geo cabinet, which would be a good idea. Bust a Move, Fatal Fury Special, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special I really like. But yeah, don't pick this one up. It's really not a very good Final Fight clone. At any rate, that's Mutation Nation by SNK 1992. This is Crazy Primarity saying thanks for watching. I'll be back in the future with another video. Take it easy. Bye.